Your thoughts operate under precisely the same constraints. The environment surrounding your mental processes, what we might call your mental soil, determines whether positive thought patterns can take root and thrive, or whether they'll wither despite your best intentions. This mental soil consists of interconnected biological, environmental, and social factors that create the background conditions for your thought patterns. When this soil is rich and supportive, dark and crumbly between your fingers, earthy and alive with possibility, even modest mental gardening efforts yield impressive results. When it's depleted, dry, hard, and lacking nutrients, even the most determined efforts often produce minimal change, leaving you frustrated and wondering why techniques that work for others fail for you. The biological foundation of your mental soil begins with your brain's physiological state. Research from the University of California shows sleep deprivation impairs the prefrontal cortex by up to 26%, while amplifying amygdala reactivity. Nutritionally, diets high in refined carbohydrates create acidic mental soil favoring negative thought patterns, while omega-3s and antioxidants promote neurogenesis and enhance neuroplasticity. Your physical environment significantly impacts this mental terrain. Princeton University researchers discovered visual clutter competes for attention in your visual cortex, depleting cognitive resources for focused thinking. The social composition of your mental soil may be most crucial. Harvard's 80-year study found quality relationships predict well-being better than genetics, wealth, or fame. Media consumption functions as another soil component, with Stanford neuroscientists confirming the brain processes media as social experiences, essentially fertilizing your mental garden with whatever content you regularly consume. To assess your current mental soil quality, examine these 4 indicators. 1. Energy levels throughout typical days. Persistent afternoon crashes suggest depleted. Biological soil. 2. Stress recovery time. How quickly you return to baseline indicates soil resilience. 3. Relationship dynamics. Whether interactions energize or deplete you reveals social soil quality. 4. Environmental inputs. Spaces, media, and information sources you regularly expose yourself to. Fortunately, mental soil can be systematically enriched through targeted practices that feel like adding rich, dark compost to a struggling garden. Your thoughts will naturally grow stronger and more vibrant as the soil improves. Begin with boundary setting, the essential fencing that protects your garden from depletion. Time boundaries, designated periods for rest and recovery. Information boundaries, limits on news consumption and social media. Relationship boundaries, clear standards for how others may treat you. Environmental design offers another powerful intervention. University of Minnesota research found participants who restructured their physical spaces reported 43% greater success maintaining new thought patterns. Create spaces that feel open and inspiring, where light falls just right and elements are thoughtfully arranged to support your goals. Even small adjustments can significantly alter thought tendencies. Relationship cultivation represents perhaps the most profound soil enrichment technique. Dr. James Cohn's fMRI brain scans demonstrated that a supportive person's presence physically reduces the brain's threat response. By nurturing connections with growth-oriented individuals, you transform the neurochemical environment in which your thoughts develop, like adding beneficial microorganisms to garden soil. Consistent self-care practices function as essential soil amendments, gradually altering baseline conditions for thought formation. University of Massachusetts research found simple routines, adequate hydration, brief movement breaks, structured work-rest cycles, improved cognitive flexibility and stress resilience within just 2 weeks. What makes improving soil quality particularly powerful is its exponential impact on all mental gardening efforts. When your mental soil is nourished and supportive, cognitive restructuring techniques require less effort, positive thought patterns establish more readily, and neural pathways supporting beneficial beliefs strengthen more quickly. Your mental garden becomes both more productive and more resilient. To transform your mental soil starting today, implement a morning routine targeting soil quality before daily demands begin. This 3-part practice includes 1. Physical movement to stimulate neurochemical balance and cognitive flexibility. 2. Intentional nutrition providing optimal brain fuel rather than inflammatory inputs. 3. Conscious selection of first informational inputs, choosing inspiration or connection over news or work demands. Dr. Andrew Huberman explains that morning routines are particularly effective because they leverage the brain's natural sensitivity during the first hour after waking. By consistently exposing yourself to positive inputs during this neuroplastic window, you essentially set the soil pH for the entire day, making positive thought patterns emerge naturally rather than requiring constant maintenance. Like a garden transformed from hard-packed clay to rich, fragrant loam teeming with earthworms and beneficial organisms, your mental landscape can shift dramatically through these soil-enriching practices. As the texture and composition of your mental soil improves, you'll notice thoughts that once struggled to survive now flourish with minimal effort, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem of mental well-being.